Let me ask you something and answer honestly. Have you ever apologized even when you weren't wrong or said it's fine just to keep the peace? People call you kind, understanding, and easy to be around. But if you're honest, it doesn't feel peaceful inside. It feels like pressure, like you are constantly managing the room. And here's the part people don't talk about most of the time. You are not too nice. You might be in survival mode. Let me tell you about Ria. Ria grew up in a house where emotions were unpredictable. So if someone was upset, the entire room shifted. So she learned early. If dad is angry, stay quiet. If mom is stressed, help her. And if relatives criticize, you smile. She became the no problem child, the mature child. But she wasn't mature. She was scanning for danger. Most people know fight, flight, and freeze. Fight says I'll overpower the threat. Flight says I'll escape. Freeze says I'll shut down. But there's a fourth response people rarely talk about: fawn. Here's the uncomfortable part: it doesn't look like trauma. It is disguised as being a good person, as stereotypical nice guy, which can be worse for you. When your brain senses danger, amygdala activates. It prepares for survival. But as a child, you can't fight your caregiver. You can't leave the house. So your body adapts. It learns, if I keep everyone happy, I'll stay safe. Connections equals to survival. That belief becomes your blueprint. You carry it into adulthood, even when you are no longer in danger. Now, Priya is 27. At work, she says yes when she wants to say no. In relationship, she apologizes first, even when she is hurt. In friendships, she listens for hours but barely shares. Everyone says you are such a good person, but she feels tired, invisible, and resentful because she doesn't know where she ends and other people begin. Fawning works. It keeps things smooth. It avoids conflicts, but it costs you your preferences, your anger, your boundaries, your voice. Over time, people pleasing stop feeling like a choice. It feels automatic. That's not personality, that's conditioning, and people reward it. They say, "You're so mature, you're so easy, you never cause problems." It feels good until you realize no one actually knows what you want because you stopped asking yourself. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If you stopped adjusting, would some of your relationships change? That fear, that is the fawn response talking. Let me be honest for a second. I used to think I was just a calm person, but if someone was upset with me, my entire day would collapse. I would replay conversations, overanalyze tones, apologize for things I didn't even do, and I told myself that meant I am emotionally mature. But really, I was terrified of disappointing people, and that realization changed everything. Healing isn't about becoming aggressive, it's about becoming authentic. Start small. Pause before saying yes. Say, "Let me think about it." Notice when you feel responsible for someone else's emotions. Remind yourself, discomfort is not danger. Your body might panic, but that's old wiring, not present reality. If you resonate, hear this clearly. You are not weak, you are not broke, you are not fake. You adapted to survive, but survival isn't meant to run your whole life. You deserve relationships where you can say no, you can disagree, you can be inconvenient and still be loved. If you have been surviving by shrinking, maybe it's time to expand. Gently, one honest sentence at a time. If you find this useful, hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any future updates from us.